12 years ago, a friend of mine showed me a picture of a little boy through Adopt America that was in foster care. They were trying to find a home. He was almost 4, about 3.5 then. And we just fell in love with this picture. Didn't matter what he had or what was wrong. He has cerebral palsy and autism. I never thought about special needs before, but we fell in love with him and pursued him. Another one came into the same foster home later, was a shaken baby. Prognosis very grim. They said he'd be, vegetable because of the brain damage. And both those boys are doing fine. The older one is 16 now. He thinks he's Mario. Everybody at school calls him Mario. I've adopted 3 with Down syndrome, and they're all different. One little girl that we got 7 years ago, she was born with spina bifida, but her feet were up like behind her head, so she was kind of folded. And so we did therapy to bring her legs down, and she's really tiny, probably the size of a 2-year-old, but stronger than anything. She pulls herself up to the counter, she pulls herself up everywhere. Very good upper body strength. After some time, we talked about it and decided to get a home study done again and submitted out to some of the places who we'd adopted through before. We got a phone call from the agency in Florida, and she didn't know if this would be something we were interested in, and they were concerned about taking guardianship if they couldn't place the child either, because it was unusual, something they hadn't dealt with. She said he was born with no arms and no legs, and he's a safe haven baby where they can leave them with no questions asked.
And we just saw a picture of him, and I just said, wow, amazing. And Lisa jumped the plane early in the morning and got home late that night with the baby, and it was so amazing. Just the spirit that child has is tenfold over any other kid. And he's, no arms, no legs.
We didn't hesitate at all. I had met somebody 14 years earlier that had adopted a child in the same condition. We were way excited, and I flew to Florida and picked him up, and this is Chance.
To see just a picture on the internet of this child and then actually seeing it in person, because the picture is just a 2D picture, but you feel something when you see that picture. But when you actually see that child and hold that child, it makes it all worthwhile.
We couldn't imagine life without him. He's a happy boy. And just a happy boy, he's just brought so much joy and happiness. Just have a passion, I think, for the special needs, the ones less fortunate. And there's so many out there. Obviously, you can't save them all, but you do what you can, and it's not for everybody. I have 25 altogether, 20 adopted. Some people would hear it, and I think a lot of people have a prejudged idea of what it's going to be like. It must be mass chaos, and the house must be a mess, and nobody gets attention, and it's not that way at all. It's a big home.
There's so many things that it's really hard to describe. From utter chaos, which you can imagine with, kids from, 6 months to 16 years old, to the simple things the love that those kids give. Unconditional.
Dinner time and homework time is probably the busiest. Many people come over and they can't believe there's 15 kids in the house. It just doesn't seem it. Not all of them are special needs. Everybody's so willing to help each other. I don't know, it just works. It just, feels right. And they didn't come all at once, so I got used to them a bit at a time.
Meals are like military style. You just make a bunch and you make sure everyone's fed, and if there's anything left, I get it. It's tough sometimes, but yet you can literally do anything with just some organization. Lisa is so organized. It makes things go a lot smoother. She's far more organized than I am, which is a blessing.
The laundry gets done every morning after breakfast, and get the kids off to school and get things straightened up during the day while they're gone and ready for them to start coming home. Dad comes home early, which is a big help, so we can get homework and dinner going. When the kids come in the door, they always want to know where one of the babies is. Where's Chance? Or
just to see a reaction from any of the kids, especially Chance. You saw him with his shoulders going. Doesn't matter what kind of day I had at work or anywhere else. To have Gavin come up and just give you a hug, Hunter give you a hug, just the smiles, the laughter, it takes care of all the bad things. It just, it's like a completion. I am Richard Hershey. I am a motorcyclist. I'm an off-road enthusiast. I am a camper. I am a lover of outdoors. I'm a lover of swimming, and I am a father.
I am Lisa Elsie. I am definitely a caregiver. I have a very special spot for the less fortunate. Most importantly, I'm a mom. I'm a mom to many.